Hey humans, so we're looking for the creative types in Weston and we've come across Kate Bean. We're going to interview Kate today and ask her about some of her work. She paints humans.
I do, yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. So you want to introduce yourself properly, who you are and what you actually do?
I'm a body painter, and so I kind of specialise in the fine art body painting. Lots of optical illusions, you know, kind of that whole, you think it's something and then you realise a little bit later that it's body painting.
Beautiful. We've got some questions, so we'll start with what's your relationship to Weston?
I've lived here for 6 years or so. I used to be in a band with my sisters. I'm from North Bristol originally, and we used to come down here and gig a lot, so we kind of made lots of friends down here. And then when I got with Tom, my partner, we moved to London for a bit, and then we moved here. It's kind of halfway between our families, and yeah, and I love being out. We're kind of on the outskirts, so we like the countryside, and yeah, we like the men dips.
Good for you. Okay, so we're going to start with asking you to tell us a little bit more about your work. I know you said a brief introduction at the beginning. When did you realise you had a talent for painting?
I don't know really. I've always been artistic and kind of crafty in the artistic sense. I don't know, I've always used to do little kind of painting things and make cards and stuff, and all the way through, you know, school and uni and that kind of thing. I was always quite creative. I started music and business, not art at all. It was a funny...
It was a sideline?
Yeah, I started face painting when I was about 17, and so just used to do kind of corporate events and, you know, festivals and that kind of thing. And it just kind of went on from there, and then I kind of, you know, I moved to London and I moved to uni and that kind of thing, and so I kind of expanded the area that I worked in, met a load of other painters, that kind of thing, and then started doing kind of more high-end face painting. And then in maybe 2005, 6, 7, something like that, I went to the World Bodypainting Festival.
That you did?
In Austria. Yeah, and it was just amazing, and like, me and my sisters all went, and we all kind of just fell in with the right crowd. We didn't really mean to, you know, but we kind of became very good friends with some of the best body painters in the world, and I think it just kind of makes you up your game a bit, you know. It makes you kind of go, okay, that's what they're doing, you know. It's almost like I just jumped a level and thought, right, okay, I'm going to try and do it to that level, you know. And
do you have any training at all?
No, I didn't ever do any art classes or anything like that, but I kind of feel like it's a nice way that I did it, because I feel like I've really honed naturally what I would have done, but I feel like I've missed chapter 4, 7 and 9 in the book, you know, and you know, and I sometimes get asked to do workshops and that kind of thing, and I'm always a bit nervous thinking that the actual teacher's going to be saying, don't tell them that. I've been trying to get them not to do that for the last 20 years, and now you're telling them to do it. So I don't really know what I'm doing, but it seems to work.
I want to talk about some of your stuff that I've seen. You talked about your freestyle painting, didn't you, in Austria? Was that the competition that you won?
Yes, yeah. It's just a small part of the World Body Painting Festival, but yeah, I think I won that in 2009 and 2012.
And you didn't expect that, did you?
No. It was just like I'm not a competitive person. I love the Body Painting Festival. But there's a part of it that kind of is a bit like, we shouldn't be competing, we should all just be doing our own thing, you know? Yeah. But it's probably just because I'm not competitive. So I have competed in the main thing once. I didn't do very well, but I don't really, this sounds like I'm saying, oh, I don't like it because I didn't do very well. But I'm just not, I just don't have that gene in me, you know? So yeah, I did the smaller part and did well, and I didn't really expect to, but it was nice to have a bit of a...
Wow.
Yeah, it is good, yeah. Really good.
One of the next pieces I want to talk about is the bird in flight. Is that right, or along those lines of the title?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, Life in Flight it's called. It was a collection of 6 images that I did, and they were all birds. and it was funny actually. So I did this whole project, and we did a peacock and a hummingbird and a stork and lovebirds, a couple of other things, and I was asked to kind of write about what each one was about. So I started off, we did we painted them in the order that they just looked right as well, and that I painted them in. So I thought, oh, that's quite cool. And then it said, I started writing the peacock's all about, the peacock's called Flaunt, and it's all about like attracting a mate and that kind of thing. And then the next one, the hummingbird. And as I was kind of writing about them, it made me realise that they went through a process of kind of like attracting a mate, building a home, and then there was one about having children, and it was kind of weird because this project came about over about a period of a couple of years, and at the time I was kind of settling down, having a child, I know it sounds really like creative and knobby, but I'm allowed to swear. But it was almost like, I feel like an idiot saying it, but it was almost like subconsciously I was painting in an order as to what was going on, and then almost like the birds would grow up and fly the nest, and it kind of created a whole...
So how did you come back to a project like that? I want to talk about the process a little bit behind it as well. So I'm going to start painting humans into birds one day.
I think, again, after the Body Painting Festival, I came home and just started doing some small optical illusion things just to see how it went, and I've got the paintbrush fingers I painted. I just sat at home and was watching a really sad movie, crying my eyes out and painting this thing.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. And Tom was working away at the time, and I was just like, I think I finished at about 1 a.m. We just moved into this house, and I was a bit like, no one's going to see this at all. And I thought, I can't really go to my new next door neighbours and go, hi, I'm your neighbour, look what I did. So I went to bed. Tom was getting home at about 2 a.m. I went to bed like this. and then he came in and I went, look what I did. And he went, oh, that's great, why'd you do that? And I had to go and wash it off.
What a shame.
I know. But that's what I like about it. I love that it's just so temporary, and you just have to get a really good picture and then it's gone. But yeah, I think from that, I then did a few more little optical illusion things, and then actually the peacock was the first one that kind of inspired Life in Flight, but that was done for a body painting magazine that wanted to do a spread, and they wanted an exclusive image. So I did that for Illusion magazine, which was cool. Yeah, it was done in this room, the peacock.
It was?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
and who does the photos?
That one was Dave Matthews from Weston. And then the other ones from Life in Flight was a guy. His name is Jim Johnston.
Okay.
Jim Johnston, yeah.
He's the photo.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very good photographers, both of them, yeah.
Okay. So another project I want to talk to you about. I've seen it all. You see, it's really weird, isn't it? So Vogue, you did some modelling shoot with her.
Yeah. So there's a milliner that I know that my sister put us both in touch. And she makes hats and fascinators. Sorry, she makes like beautiful, ascot type, amazing hats. And so my sister said, "Well, you're creative and you're creative. Just get together and do something." And so we were like, "Okay, what should we do?" So she does a new collection every fashionable season, whatever happens in the fashion world. And so normally we've done 2 shoots at the moment, and we've got another one booked, and we get together and we go to like a nice fine estate, and we get some really amazing models and hairstylists and makeup people and that kind of thing, and I do body painting. And so we did this whole shoot, and we did some really cool body painting to match the hats, and just it was so much fun. And actually it was filmed on we did it on a boys' school, so we had to keep all the blinds closed because all these boys are like, "Oh my God, models, naked people!" Like, go away.
That's really funny.
Yeah. So then Vogue picked up her hats and put an image in.
How it happened.
Yeah, it was. and then they did a you know, top 30 hats to wear to Ascot. It was just before Ascot last year, I think. And we got number 1. Yeah, well, not we, but you know, Carrie got number 1. Carrie Scotland Jenkinson, her name is, which is very, very interesting. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna start slowing it down a little bit. But
Okay, sorry.
Because I know that I'm aware that you've done some work in conjunction with a friend for an album.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we've got so Sian Cross, singer-songwriter. She's lived in London for the last, I don't know, 10 years or so, but she's recently moved back. She's from Weston. And we lived together when we were in London, but her new album is doing really well, and it's kind of like a concept album where she's interviewed people and she's written a song based on their issues.
No way. That's incredible.
And yeah, and each song then we've done a body paint to kind of represent the feeling of the song as well. Some of the people we've used the actual models that the song is about. So we've got a few, you know, we've got songs about autism and a song about obesity and one about a guy who came out.
And can we hear that too?
Good question. I think it's going to be on iTunes and SoundCloud and all of that kind of thing. But
somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, the link will be there. There.
Somewhere along there. Okay.
But Sian Cross, her name is Sian.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll check that out.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so before you go, I want to ask you about what life balance with being a mum, because I'm all about the mum.
Yeah. Yeah.
The sisterhood. So tell us how do you balance your work-life balance having a child?
Well, I don't really have a regular routine life. So I used to do a lot more body painting and face painting before we had a child, and Tom works away quite a lot, so it is really about the balance and trying to find, you know, booking in advance and just saying, well, you're going to have had that day. So yeah, but I don't know, I think I am renowned for being very unorganised and very kind of, you know, everything's everywhere and it just all kind of somehow happens, but I think I have had to be a bit more organised. You know, I know that now, even if I say to people, let's do that at some point, I'm like, no, let's put it in the diary now.
I know.
So I've been trying to be kind of quite collaborative with people recently, even in all different types of art. So, you know, I've got people, you know, other artists and musicians and actresses and that kind of thing that we're just trying to just do collaborative art, because I feel like I did lose my mojo a little bit at the end of last year. You know, people do, you know, creative people do, don't they? Yeah, so I've just kind of gone headstrong into, right, come on, let's do something, you know, so I've got a few little projects lined up, as well as with Sian and that kind of thing.
We're excited. Can't wait. Stay tuned, humans. Okay, so any last
wounds? Is that where this is going?
Funny. Any last words about aspects of your work that you just want to share with the humans of Weston before we wrap it up? Spot on the spot.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just about keep going and be creative, and just, I think work through the lull is the biggest thing I'm learning at the moment. Is just keep working, keep going through it, and keep, you know. And actually, sometimes your work might not be the best you've ever done, but you just have to keep doing it. And actually, I heard a really good quote recently, and I'm not going to get this completely right. Picasso, I think, once said something like, inspiration will only come when you're working. So you have to keep working, and then your inspiration will come. I should probably find out what that actual quote is, but it's something like that.
Yeah. One more thing, where can we find more about your work?
My website, iamspinks.com, or iamspinks.com, or I'm on Facebook at Spinks Body Painting Fine Art or something like that.
Check out the link.
The link's there.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Thank you.
Okay, humans, you heard it. Check it out. We're wrapping it up now. That's how for now. Thank you very much. You did so well.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh. I feel like I